Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Scrappy Fireball, if you all know her. She's here to talk about her journey with autism and her child. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead, we're going to give her the floor. So, welcome to the show and enjoy.
I can't see comments, so that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Now I'm embarrassed. Get back here. I'm embarrassed. Get back on the screen. Get back on the screen. Joe. Get back on the screen. Okay. All right.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Oh, that's better. I like that. I don't like the beat us center. Okay. So, every person on the spectrum is different. Oh, that's better. Along with. I like that. I don't like the beat us.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hold on, I gotta get myself together.
AIR.
No. Yes, kind of. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, this is so hard. Okay. Every person on the spectrum. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Every person on the spectrum is different, along with their journey. This is about my experience and my journey. This is my story. Boom, boom. Okay. Are you going to ask me?
What? Yeah. All right. She's having issues, ladies and gentlemen. So...
I am not having issues. We worked this out earlier.
Yeah, but you're stumbling all over the place. All right, let's open this up. So, let's start from the beginning. Did you have a normal birth?
I did.
Okay. All right. So, at what point in time did you think that there might be issues?
Okay, so he was born 6 pounds, 9 ounces. He was 10 days early. And he hit all his milestones and at beginning, like the first 10 months. We did everything we were supposed to, doctor's appointments, you know. He was on a regular vaccine regimen. I didn't breastfeed, I bottle fed. He had formula, then like the food, all that stuff. And then he was sick, like with like the stuff, like baby stuff, like the snotty nose and stuff, because he was born in November. So it was about what, 9 months when you're supposed to get the MMR shot. Now you got to remember, this is 2003. I don't know any scheduling of what goes on and what timeline now. I just know what it happened back then, because he is now 19. So like this is way back yonder. But like I said, he was supposed to get it done at 9 months, but he was sick, so we put it off. And it was right before his first birthday. We gave him Tylenol before, or Motrin. One of them, because it was in a little tube. And took him to his appointment. I mean, he cried a little bit, brought him home, like, whatever. But the next couple of days, like, it was different. He stopped his, like, the cooing, the babbling that babies do. He would look past me, like not at me, but like past me. And the giggling, oh my god, the giggling, like it just stopped. And he was the first grandchild on both sides. My first child, my husband's first child. Like, we were young. I was 22 when I had him. My husband was 23. So we were always told, he's a boy, he's a boy, he's a boy. Fine. He's a boy. So it got to be, oh, this is a kicker. So I'm stubborn. I know, surprise. He was supposed to get the chickenpox vaccine. Now remember, we were doing all of them, but this one we decided not to do. My husband and I both decided that he wasn't going to get that because it was new at that time, and we decided not to. His doctor, his pediatrician, would not talk to me about his meltdowns, and that's what he was having. He was having meltdowns at that time, like screaming for hours. And he had a clean diaper, he was fed, like, we could not understand what was going on. There was nobody else in our house. You know, it was just different. So she would not talk to us until we got his chickenpox vaccine. And I'm stubborn, and I told her, fine, we won't be back. And we were not. So I saw not a MD, but a DO as my family doctor.
Yeah.
And I live in a small town. Like, my family doctor took care of my mom and my aunt and my gram. So one day I took him with me to my appointment, because, like I said, he was my first, and wherever I went, he went. And she asked me to schedule an appointment with him, so she could see him, because I was asking her questions and stuff, and she was saying, well, let me have him as a patient. And I didn't know that those kind of doctors saw little kids. What's up?
Guys, we're going to let her talk for a little while, and then we're going to, if you have questions for her, I will put them up on the screen. For some reason, she can't see them. I don't understand what's going on. But when she finishes, you guys can ask any of the questions you want.
Okay. So, that's okay. So, made an appointment. Now, at this time, it was October of 2006. How far along was I? I was probably like 7 months pregnant with my youngest, which is number 2. And, you know, you're 7 months pregnant. I was big. I was moody. My 2.5-year-old would not go to the potty. In fact, that was a whole freaking meltdown. So she is seeing him, and she mentions the word autism. Okay, now you gotta remember, I am 7 months pregnant. Autism was not a word that we used or I knew anything about. And except for the fact that I knew of kiddos who were autistic, but they were in special ed classes and stuff like that. They were extremely low functioning because my mom was a para. So seeing my child be able to navigate somewhat, and she's telling me that he's autistic, or that he could be, and seeing what I saw back then, I told her she could go fuck herself. And I picked up my child and we left. But since, like I said, small town, she knew me from little, my family, whatever. She called me and told me that she was going to send a referral to a neurodevelopmental pediatrician in a better hospital. And if I wanted to just to see what they have to say. So I brought all that stuff here. I'm just talking to my husband about it, and he's like, well, I don't think he's that either. And I'm like, see? And
Dad refusal.
oh yeah, that there was a lot of that. But I wanted to prove her wrong. Well, so I have my youngest, gave birth. There's my oldest. Oh, when I gave birth, my youngest. My oldest was running down the hall. My husband's chasing him. Couldn't even spend any time with us because it was a whole thing. Didn't want any parts of his brother. But so my husband says, well, maybe we should just go get him checked. Fine. So my youngest was 3 weeks old, and my oldest was exactly 3 years and 1 month, because it was December 22nd, 2006 is the day that I was told. And the testing for that, wow.
Oh yeah, believe me.
It's very intensive.
Yeah,
I had some words.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and honestly, the doctor, I'm still in contact with him, even though my son's not a pediatrician or a pediatric patient or whatever anymore. But yeah, there was a lot of, and my mother was there, and yeah, there was a whole thing. But at this time, my kid was nonverbal at three, and I was told that if I want him to speak, that this is the steps to get him to speak, and it's better to get it when he's younger than when he's older. So, and again, this is all stuff that, like, there's so much new stuff and everything's more advanced now. But when my kid was diagnosed, it was like 1 in 200 and something versus what it is now. So I came home and I did all my research, and I called all the places that he recommended. He got us hooked up with the state assistance because at that time, my husband's insurance did not cover autism services.
Damn.
So it was, if we wanted to have speech therapy, he would, and they were coming to our house because there was no place for him to go to in our area. So this woman came to my house twice a week, and that was $600 a week.
Holy
shit. Yeah, but the diagnosis was $2,500 first. So, but then once the state kicked in, like, whatever, my husband's insurance didn't pick up, the state did, which was nice. And now that he has autism insurance, it's in Highmark or whatever it is. So that's a big help. But anyway, yeah, so got him speech therapy. They had a class in my area where they started. It was a new school, and it was for kiddos who, like my kiddo, didn't speak, to have like one-on-one ABA therapy. And I signed him up. We all went in. We did the little circle time with the class. A lot of screaming. Some of it was my kid. Some of it was me. And met with the teachers. And, you know, it was nice. I didn't like it, but I didn't like the situation that I was in. I was very angry. Very, very angry. So he went 3 days a week for 3 hours on a little bus.
Was it the same one you rode?
It was a what? Was it a short bus? It was a short bus.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
no. Well, I have ridden a short bus, but anyway, besides the point.
See, told you.
That's not even a thing anymore because there's short buses all over the place, and they haul typical kids. Whatever. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Johanna rides in one every day. Um, so, how did the schooling work out for you? Like, what caveats did they make? Did you have a hell of a time getting the teachers to deal with his issues?
Okay. So the IEP, he had an IEP from preschool. Like the minute his diagnosis hit, he had an IEP. I really didn't know a whole lot about that stuff. I just kind of like went with the flow. Cut up to kindergarten. Okay, so he's making good progress. He's having words. They're not always correct. Still that way, but he's a smart cookie. And he was smart then, but he got his words, and God love him. You know what he said? Because he remembers. He said, "Mom, I just wanted to give my voice a rest." Okay, and like he said that to me young, but that it just like that has always stuck with me.
I know a lot of people that should do that.
Right. But we one thing that we did was transition from preschool to kindergarten. So he went to the school that was not in our area, the school that assigned for him because of where we live, but it was assigned because of the special help that they have. I don't know if everybody's areas are like that or not, but that's what ours is. And it happened to be a fucking nightmare.
Well,
because he was included in a regular kindergarten class.
They did that to my nephew too.
Which was fine. But at the same time, that was going on. I was not dealing with a lot of things. I was having guilt issues.
You were in denial.
No, I accepted that. I was angry with myself. I was angry with God. I was angry because I did everything right. And my child did not deserve the struggles. So, yeah. So my husband and I split for a little bit.
Because of all the stress?
Yeah. And like he was living at his mom and dad's house and I was here just functioning. And that was taken advantage of because his emotional support teacher, when she was outsmarted by him, she did stuff.
Okay, we don't have to touch on that, but
it wasn't technically illegal. It was, let's just say the kiddo was in first grade for a whole marking period and it's like 60 days. I found out that those 60 days, now mind you, he was out of school for 30 plus of those days because he had mono and he was sick. But the rest of those days, he was in a little closet area away from his class because he wouldn't do what she said. So she was like in in-school suspension for a 6-year-old. And
are you fucking kidding me?
No.
So it wasn't illegal for her to do that, but did you do anything illegal at that point? Because I would have.
Well, see, we didn't know any of these things because our son wasn't able to process what was going on. And the letters and the texts and stuff I was getting was, everything's fine. He's doing good. His work was being done. He looked like he was making progress. Until one day, she called me. And she said that he's trying to hurt me and I'm going to have to call the resource officer in. And I freaked and went and picked up my kiddo, and we had an emergency IEP meeting, and she told on herself at that meeting. And let me tell you, if my husband wasn't there, yeah, because I freaked, and not just a little bit. That was the last time that she was ever around him. But then, and out of that chaos and that horrific time came a blessing when he got a emotional support teacher and a para who saved my kid. And I believe that he's the success through school, and I learned a lot from them on meetings and what should be in an IEP and what shouldn't be in an IEP, and what to do if they're not following it. And like, she taught me everything. She came to his graduation, by the way. Just awesome. I just fucking love her. Even though she's liberal.
We love our liberals over here.
I actually...
Okay, Jaxie? We love the liberals over here.
Hi, Jaxie! So, yeah, like, that was... But since she was the emotional support...
She's gonna kill me.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
Oh. Am I gonna kill you?
No, Jaxie.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so... his elementary school years from then on were smooth. And when I mean smooth, like, there was hiccups, but, nothing, because he had this teacher. Fast forward to middle school and fucking puberty. Oh my God.
Yeah, how did you handle that? Because let me tell you what, my nephew was a trip. He was a trip. My sister-in-law and my ex-wife were calling me almost daily with shit this kid was pulling. Like, how do we deal with this? It's a boy. Like, how do you deal with any other boy?
The thing would get, on the way to school, for some fucking reason, it would just go at it.
Oh my God, no, I wasn't talking like that.
No, okay, but this is the thing. Okay. Because he's a very black and white literal person. Uh-huh. And he's asking me questions. I don't fucking know. Like, the only thing I know that makes it go like that is if it's, arousal. And, like, I don't know how to tell that to, like, a 10-year-old. Like, because it's just him and I in the fucking car. So I'm asking, like, my husband, I'm like, does it, he goes, it just happens. When you're going through puberty, it doesn't matter when it is. He's like, or who you're around. It just does it at that stage of life. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was a whole thing because it made him very uncomfortable, and he did not like having no control over that. And I don't blame him, because that would piss me off too. And let me tell you, it pissed him off. So, yeah. But
see, my nephew had this thing about if just pictures went out to people that they shouldn't have went out to, and yeah,
he never would do that, because that's against the rules. Okay, for example, he was with me whenever I got pulled over one time for speeding. He rolls his window down and tells the officer that not only did I speed, but on this date and date, I didn't stop for 3 seconds at the stop sign. I didn't use my turn signal whenever. And
He like, snitches get stitches, you little shit.
I was like, you're ratting on me. And he goes, you broke the law.
Quite literal.
There was no like, yeah. So I was let go at that point. I just got a warning.
I would have let you go too. I'd have been like, damn. All right, you know what? Just I don't want to witness what's about to happen. You just go and don't do it in front of cameras. I'll see you
Funny.
later.
Well, no, so I was like, see, now I get a clean slate, dude. Now it's a clean slate. But I mean, like, besides that, but middle school was tough because the school that he was hurt at emotionally and mentally was right up above, and the middle school was down here. So in certain classes, he could see that school, and it was a trigger.
Yeah.
And that is when we put in place if he has a meltdown longer than 5 minutes, there to call us. And I left work so many times, but that was a stipulation whenever they hired me that I could go, because my husband could not leave his job. Plus, he works an hour away from us. But yeah, and there were rules. A trigger for him is an officer in uniform when he's in meltdown. For some reason, if like, because my uncle was a.
It's because he thinks he's breaking the rules when he's freaking out.
Well, no, he wants to be in trouble because that's what happened to him when he was in kindergarten, first grade. If he had a meltdown, he was in trouble from her.
Yeah.
So he wanted punished. Yeah. So that just angers me. But anyway, the staff up there was very, like, they all have been very good with me. Like I said, we did meet before the school year, every school year. I don't care if he was at the same school or not. It would be my husband and me, the principal, vice principal, any para, even substitute paras, his emotional support teacher, regular teachers, like Jim, like all of them. And they would meet us. We would explain our kid, answer any questions they had for us. And yeah, like, we really didn't have any issues that way as he got older. However, the 1 year we didn't do it, his 10th grade year. And let's see, okay, our resource officer that was at the high school, he's no longer there. Has a power thing. So he never greeted me, but he would greet my husband. Okay?
Oh, one of those.
Yes, because my husband wears a uniform. And my husband would dig at me for it too, because he'd be like, he said hi to me. You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, being a smart ass.
Because he knew that he wouldn't. So, like I said, in my son's IEP, from little up, he was not to be around an officer in uniform at the school when he was in meltdown. So I had a job at that time. I was a food truck delivery person for the cafeteria. So I go in, I know, real cute, with my ball cap. My hair's all up. I look like a fucking sweaty ass mess. And what do I see? The resource officer outside of the room. And you know how well my mouth is. And I'm in the high school, in the hall, and I told him he needs to get the fuck away from there or I will have his job. And he goes like this, I'm gone. I open that damn door, okay? And it's a small room. There's the principal, the 2 vice principals, the emotional support teacher, his para, and some other dude. And I walked in and I said, you all need to get the fuck out of here now. And of course, there's my kiddo, like, raw, because whenever he would have a meltdown, like, he'd, you know, because he was dinosaurs. So the best recall for us was to redirect his thinking.
Yeah.
And my poor mom got drug under the bus so much because at that point he
like
was
the one you drive, or
no. No. Because he was interested in he was taking German and he was interested in our history, our ancestry stuff. So he did the 23andMe. He did. And my mom happened to be on the thing, and it was her high school picture. So I was like, and I would just happen to see it that morning. And I was like, hey, number one, I was like, look, it's Nana. And he like looked at her and he's like, what year? And it just snapped him. And then after he like focuses on that, and then he starts to calm down, and then you can like talk with him. And he was like, Mom, I just couldn't handle it. There's too many people in here. And I was like, well, then you need to tell him to get out. And we had a real wackadoodle teacher. Emotional support teacher at that time, because she was retiring, thank the Lord. But at that point, I had a mouth and I spoke up. Before, whenever he first started, I didn't, because I didn't know a whole lot. But as the years went on, the mouth got louder and louder and louder. And
yeah, we know.
It just doesn't stop.
No.
And the fact that my youngest is at the high school now, and there was, I told you about the whole pronoun thing. The whole pronoun thing. His teacher will go over to my youngest and be like, hey, are you okay? Because I goes, Mom, why does she do that? I was like, I don't know. And then he goes, do you think she's afraid of you? I was like, probably. And I don't mean for them to be afraid. It's just, my kids aren't perfect. And if they're doing something wrong, I will talk with them about it. But
absolutely.
But now the struggle is getting him a job. And I just learned this. In fact, if it wouldn't have been for COVID and the shutdown, he would be fine. Because they would have started his junior year, which was COVID.
Yeah.
And the shutdown. So all this like taking forever would have happened when he was in school doing something. So now this is the whole waiting process, because he had to be on like the state insurance again, and he had to be re-diagnosed because you just stop being autistic once you become an adult.
So 2 diagnoses.
3, actually.
3. Holy shit, 3 of them. Wow.
Because
how hard was it for him to get diagnosed as an adult?
It was an hour.
Oh, just an hour.
And there's 4 I should have brought the paperwork up with me. He had 4 tests done. By
not online, right?
No, a psychologist, which is the one that prescribes drugs.
Jaxie.
It's a psychiatrist or psychologist. One of the two.
I have no idea.
Well, because I'm only saying because of the drugs, because that's how I identify them. But that's how I know that's which one. He's not on anything.
Psychiatrist.
Okay. Also, this was something that was new. Okay, in my state, Pennsylvania, marijuana became marijuana became legal. Is it recreational?
Medicinal.
Oh, medicinal. Okay, whatever. And he knew it, and he's against drugs and shit. Like, because oh my god, that was a whole other thing when he went to the ER the one time. anyway, because he learned that in middle school, drugs are bad, blah blah blah. Yeah, for all the screen recorders, my son will like get on my shit for any amount of drinking. So, there you go.
Jesus, does he ever stop yelling at you?
No. Look, that's why this is the cup for him.
Oh.
That's why I got that cup. But anyway, I forget what I was saying.
Not to interrupt you.
That's all right. I forgot what I was.
We are going to have a podcast on that. If you're Christy, if you're speaking about alcohol and drugs and whatnot, we will be covering that with another person or two, and because a lot of people have reached out to me yesterday, and they're willing to come forward. They're willing to talk about what they've done, what they've went through, and how they've overcome. So we will be arranging that.
Cool.
But, yeah.
No, but so whenever he found out that it was becoming the medical way, he really wanted to look into that. And of course, every doctor around here is like, no, blah blah blah. Well, oh god. Well, I got on TikTok whenever the shutdown happened, and I followed Nature's Stash from Colorado, and that's before I knew anybody. I was I was in the background, whatever. I did a lot of political shit. Fucking stupid, but whatever. We live and learn. However, I talk with them whenever they first started up. They grow their own plants, they do all that stuff, and he would send, like, I would buy the gummies and stuff for him from them. Let me tell you, the world of difference. We did the nighttime stuff. We've done, he can only do Delta 9. Delta 8 makes him fucking paranoid.
Paranoia.
But I mean, there's so many like stories. There's so many like little things. Fucking stories for life.
So let me ask you this. I know we went from his birth to, his assistant being at his graduation and whatnot. And I know that you did say he just got someone to help him.
Job coach.
A job coach. Yeah, a job coach. So let's go back to the beginning. You touched on things did not change until he got that vaccine.
Oh, for my kiddo, yes.
Okay. How many other autism moms that you've spoken with who adhere to that same train of thought?
Okay, so whenever he first started school, like elementary school, he had a behavioral specialist, he had a case manager, and he had a TSS. And it was they were just there to help him, but to observe the classroom and at home, because he was having a lot more meltdowns and stuff, unknowns to be asked like why, but stuff like that. Well, they started a support group in my area. And my kiddo was actually like the oldest in our support group. There was 5 other parents in there, I believe. Like sets of parents. They would set up sitters. Like the professionals would watch our children, and we would just talk, help each other out for like an hour. I learned a lot.
You
Yes,
really don't have to stop talking to read, but
I do. That's me. I do. But so that is where we had a lot of discussions. That was like it's not what I've seen on the app in our group. Like, we had discussions, like, not angry, like, not
oh yes,
degrading
you
stuff.
found people that are going through the same thing, dealing with the same issues, and you could compare notes. And it
Right,
makes it a lot easier at that point.
right. Like, okay, so there was 3 moms in there who had preemie babies. Their babies were born preemies. And the one, she explained that she did not believe it was the vaccine. She believed it was the way her son was born because he was like that from birth.
Yeah.
Me and 2 other moms believed it was the vaccine because our kiddos actually changed, and we saw that. So, like, the one mom, she said about, there's a list when you're apparently when there was a list at this time. Now you got to remember, it's 2007. No, that's wrong. 2010. I don't know. It was early. Apparently they give you a list when your child is a preemie of stuff that could be wrong because they're born early.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
I didn't know any of that stuff. But anyway, and she said autism is listed on there. And in fact, this is a good point she had. She did not get her son any vaccines right away until he was at least 1, because they have a family genetic thing, and he couldn't. I don't know what it was, but anyway, so she was saying that scientifically that he was actually born like that, and I believed her, and I still believe her, and I still believe my findings because I go through, like, whenever,
Because you lived it.
well, yeah, that, but whenever you hear that diagnosis and it's something that you're not expecting, you go through everything that you have done or did as a mom and try to figure out where you went wrong, not just for that child, but for any more children, so that I don't have the same results. And not that there's anything wrong with being autistic, because
No.
my kiddo now, I wouldn't change him for nothing.
You know what? My nephew, he is 19 now. When he was 7 years old, he tore down a 1957 Chevy to nuts and bolts by himself. And he put it back together when his grandfather yelled at him. I shit you not. The kid, he's a genius, mechanical genius. And
That's so cool.
they wouldn't cater to him in school. His mother would not. She fought with me for years because I tried to tell her that he's autistic.
Yeah, but
He
Joe,
has
I would have fought you too. Like
I know. I know. I don't hold it against her. Yeah, she thought that there was nothing wrong with her baby. She thought everything was fine, whatnot. And he progressively got worse. By the time he was 10, what was the name of that place? The Watson Institute here in Pennsylvania. I called a friend that worked there, and I finally got fed up with her shit because she was taking it out on him because he was acting out. She thought he was just being a recalcitrant little shit, and I ended up saying, "Look, get in the fucking car. We have an appointment." I took my sister-in-law and my nephew to the Watson Institute, and I sat there the entire time they ran him through all this gamut of testing. And when it came back, it destroyed her. But at that point, he got the help that he needed. He got the IEP. He got the aids in school and whatnot. And he graduated last year.
As a parent, it's so for me. He is 6'3", 185 pounds. And we could walk down the road, and of course, he doesn't have that look. But his emotional and social level, and he's been tested, is a second grader. So, but yet he has the book smarts, like his gift is the ability to play his baritone. Let me tell you, his music teacher, he started in 4th grade. He picked it up, and she called me, and she said, in all my 30 years of teaching, I've never had a child pick up an instrument, especially that one, and get perfect pitch the very first time. And let me tell you.
Wait, what instrument?
The baritone. Euphonium.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what he calls it. I call it a baritone. However, he never practiced. Ever. In fact, he used the school's instrument because the sound was different than the one that we paid $3,000 for that collects dust in his room.
Mm-hmm. My saxophone, the one that the school had for us to practice on versus the one that my parents paid thousands of dollars for, sounded a hell of a lot better.
Yeah. Well, it was
kind kids, I play the saxophone. Oof.
I played the flute and not the skin one, ass. Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure.
Then.
How many kids you got?
2. But what's funny is he gave his music teachers a run for their money because he can hear perfect pitch, and if somebody was off around him, he snitched. And he was always,
bitch, get in tune, I'll kick your ass.
Well, no, he's like, you need to practice more. And the fact that, like, he was the only baritone player in our school, which was kind of good for him, but at the same time sucked for everybody else. I mean, he had solos. In 5th grade, he played a whole solo himself. Never even knew that he was going to do that. Didn't know how well he could play it. And he still practiced. When he's having a moment, he pulls out his euphonium and plays. And let me tell you, oh my God, okay? This is something that I'm having a hard time with right now. And it's kind of funny, but it kind of is not. Because he's an adult. And I don't think I would like it even if my youngest was an adult right now. but he watched all of Game of Thrones. Okay, I don't like that stuff. I don't watch that
I've
stuff.
never seen it.
Well, okay, so now he's got my husband into watching it. And my husband and him watch it over in the den, and I'm usually in the living room. But I can hear what some of the things are going on over there. I'll never forget. I'm hearing these sounds, and I look at my husband, and he's like sitting there with my son. And I walk over because I was kind of like, what the hell? Naked chicks. And I'm like, and my oldest goes, it's a brothel. I'm like, my husband's like, yeah, it's a whorehouse. Like, oh my God.
There's actually still a working one not too far from you if you Google it.
Is it the Gentleman's Club?
No, there's an actual brothel out by you.
Oh, I know it's the End Zone.
I think that's it.
I was there once.
There was updates that came in the emails with warrants and shit because people would be frequent flyers and whatnot. Like, hey, if you're looking for this son of a bitch, he might be over here getting motorboated.
Oh my God. Yes, because whenever I was in college, one of the girls I went to college with, she was a stripper there. Well,
good night, Johanna.
Good night. Obviously, she was more than that, but she was making damn good. Oh, now should I know? She was making some damn good money, and that's when I had like the nice, She's like, "Come on here," and I was like, "Eh." I went once, and that was it. Is he sleeping?
Hey, no fair. I wasn't even paying attention. She was still talking. You said I'll bring you in when she's done talking. So I'm like, oh, good. I'll just go shopping for my CBD oil.
Go to Nature's Stash. I will always promote them.
What?
I'm kind of done. If anybody has any questions.
Yeah, guys, if you've got questions, throw them up. Questions for Fireball. I'll put them on the screen.
Yeah, I was
she can't
only
read the comments.
I had permission to talk about certain things, guys. There were certain things I was not allowed to speak, because, well, I just wasn't. So, I had my rules.
What's your question, chum?
Right, you don't have to raise your hand. Just type it in.
This is gonna be great.
I can't even see it.
I have a question. So I don't know
your question.
I don't know if you're on StreamYard itself, but if you go over to the chat section, there's a private chat. If you click on comments, you can see the comments.
So is it down?
There is none.
I have it.
Oh, I have them, but I can't see you guys. You make extra money. Oh, cowboy, you glitter bitch. Chum. Ew. No. That's just pee. It's just pee. I pee before I came.
What's your question, Johanna?
Why does it say more? Oh. I hate work call out. I can't.
Actually, I got $23 an hour when I was a bus driver. I did it for 2.5 years.
Who's leftist tears?
Leftist. He's a good guy.
I don't know him.
No, he's good. I know him.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure he is good. I just don't know.
Leftist, Fireball, leftist. Now you're introduced.
By the way, I finally found it. You were right. I will never
amazing.
doubt. I will never doubt. It's going to kill me because it's got more sugar in this drink than I am allowed to have in the entire day, but who cares?
But it is so fucking good.
Just don't take Chum's advice because you'll end up getting fruitcake.
I love fruitcake.
No, we're not being paid to promote, but that's the new Monster Orange Dreamsicle, and oh my god.
Yes. It is delicious.
Does anybody have any questions that I can answer from my experience? Because that's all I can do.
Read the screen, dummy.
Okay, so I accepted him being on the spectrum. He was diagnosed when he was 3. It was PDD at first. I don't know the levels now because it's all changed. But whenever he was younger, holy crap, it was like, 16 years ago when he was diagnosed? He was diagnosed as PDD because that's persuasive developmental disorder, because he didn't speak, he wasn't able to process, and the doctor had a hard time getting any answers from him. So at that time, that diagnosis was a general, and we went back a couple of different times, and as my son picked up stuff and was able to function more, I don't know how I'm going to say it, he got diagnosed with Asperger's. Now, it will say on his paperwork autism, because at that time when he was changed to Asperger's, the DSM changed, and he would no longer be covered under insurance if it was that. So his doctor just left it plain old autism. I don't know the levels now, because I saw people saying about these different levels, and I don't know. I just know what was then. What's the stigma about autism you want to people to move past? That they're just people who deserve.
That's not a stigma.
What do you mean? What's a stigma?
She what she's trying to say is she wants people to stop treating them as if they're different, as if they need treated with kid gloves. Realize that they are just normal people.
Okay.
Who there you go. Now you get it.
I
AIR.
do. This is perfect, because I asked my youngest what he would say about his brother to other people, like how to treat him and stuff, and he's like, just that he's a person. Don't treat him any different. I am not diagnosed with autism. However,
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to interject right there, Heidi. You are not diagnosed with autism, but you know what? I have never met a mother who, when something is wrong with their child, will not move heaven and fucking earth to figure out how and if they can fix it or how they can help their children along the way. And I would honestly assume that you would know more about autism than some stupid little cuck that went online and looked up everything and read everything he possibly fucking could and sits there and degrades a mother who deals with it on the daily.
I'm not being smart, but I did do all that stuff too. Everything that he had in his what's that called? Beacon? Is it a beacon or whatever? His link, his bio, whatever.
Sure wasn't his fucking Reddit. Oh.
Whatever he had in there, I've already read all that stuff. There's nothing that I'm going to read that's going to tell me anything or make me believe anything different than what I witnessed or what I saw, or what, I mean, that was the same thing, but like
what you lived.
My kiddo gets sick way more than he should. He's got gut issues. And he wasn't sick like that before. And he only got the first like the MMR shot was the last shot that child got. My youngest doesn't have one.
No vaccinations?
And he is very healthy. He can be an asshole, but he's very healthy.
I think at some point they changed the vaccinations.
I agree.
And I think I honestly, God, think that maybe the mid 90s we saw the major uptick in autism diagnoses. And
The same time that they increased the number of childhood shots that you get on the schedule.
there you go.
And it's corresponding from when they started to monitor it. When we started with 10, the number of cases of autism in the United States was 1 in 8,000. Now we're at 1 in, I think it's 36, and we're given 72 childhood vaccinations. And you can track it through the years.
Yes. Do you want to know something else? Look at everybody who has allergies. Okay? Peanut, egg, you name it. Milk, dairy stuff. Look what they have in the vaccines. Look at the ingredients.
Aluminum.
Not just that. They
Mercury.
have egg protein. They have aborted fetus. Like, I have done so much research. Now, the research I have done, I'm going to be upfront and honest, was back then because I wanted the answers. I wanted to know why and where it came from. That is why I dove. And yeah, there's a lot. The ingredients on there, it's insane. And if they tell you that there's no longer mercury in vaccines, that's a lie. It's in all the live viruses.
Yeah.
It's the preservative. Now, and the ones that are like the regular virus, like there's no live viruses, they don't. But the live viruses, they have mercury in them.
Have you done any research on the latest trends in terms of for medications and treatments for autism? Like in 2019, they started to do research on certain chemical compositions that have turned non-verbal autistic people into verbal autistic people. But it only lasts so long, so they have to re-administer it from natural sources. They did a study on it, and it had 88% positivity. Have you done any of the research into that?
No, because my kid is not little.
My mother, well, let's face it, it was the 80s. She wasn't big on them pumping me full of shit. I never really got sick as a child. Never got sick as a child, actually. And then, I did the gamut of military vaccinations. And it knocked me on my ass for like 2-3 days. But I've never been sick since. When I found out what the hell was in that shit, nope, never fucking again. Never again.
Like, I had them whenever I was younger. My husband had, but like I said, 80s. There was 10 before we went to kindergarten, I think.
I don't know.
And it was funny. We both had the MMR shot. I had the mumps. He had the measles. And you know what's funny? The only person who could diagnose me because of the mumps, and oh my God, it was this side. It was huge. Was my great grandma. She wanted to know how I got it because that was a childhood disease that she had. The fuck are you doing?
My earbud fell out.
Oh my God, it's hot in here.
I put Cowboy in timeout.
Well, was he making fun of me?
No.
Oh.
Ink asked Chum if she could mute him for a minute. And I hit put user in timeout and it says he was blocked for 5 minutes. Whoops. I didn't think it. I thought it would just like fucking keep him from commenting. No, it fucking straight up fucking removed his ass. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
For the next 5 minutes, he is.
Yeah. Probably
Well,
about
no,
30 seconds after that, too.
well, no, because I just figured, because like with my medical conditions, I look at everything natural. So when I found studies that, because my sister, two of her children are autistic. So I look at every bit of research that comes out. So I was just wondering if you had looked into any or if you had seen, you know, but you're not looking at it too much.
No, I have the X the what's it called?
You two chat for a few minutes. I gotta help my son real quick.
Yes, Jaxie. Yeah. That's what and I was in therapy at that time. That's when I was diagnosed with ADD. No, and not because I didn't know how to add. But yeah. I was angry because the child that I got was not the child that I had.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like and then I felt guilty because I love him no matter what because he's my son. I
Right.
would do and say whatever. I mean, when you tell people like fuck your mom or your mom's a hoe in an email, and they fucking finally responded after 4 months. I mean, I've cussed people out. I'm not really proud of it, but at the same time, he wants to work. He wants to be a productive member of society. Help him.
Right.
And
Do you think they hurt the autism community when they decided to throw ADD and ADHD into the autism spectrum? Or do you think it brought more awareness? Or now you've got people that are trying to, compare, well, my child or I am more affected than yours because yours isn't real, that causes that infighting.
I don't know. See, like, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, we were in the support group for a little while, and then we just kind of all went our separate ways. But I still keep in contact with them. However, not every day. But it was a neat thing to be a part of. But now, like after that, I only just focused on my kiddo,
That's
and
fair.
because there was so much that we were dealing with in the schools, and like I worked full time and then took care of him and like the house and stuff like that. I mean, it was just I just never really, once I knew what to do, then I'm like tunnel vision.
All right. I get that.
But whenever I was home, I was a stay-at-home mom up until my youngest went to school. I obsessed about it. Not healthy either. Like, I'm so thankful that there was no TikTok or Facebook or Twitter or any of that shit, because I would have been the toxic person on those apps. I know that.
So, like I know. Do you ever get do you ever get burnout? Like, caregivers have an issue that they get that burnout. Do you find that yours is you get hit with it harder because, you know, like, I was a caregiver for my grandmother, and it was tiring because, you know, of all of the care and maintenance, right? But when they're young enough to run around crazy, do you get burnout faster, or do you get that joy in there?
Well, so when he was younger, we did a like whatever he did at school, I jumped in full head at home. Whatever he was learning, and I think I did it too much because I think I burned him out per se. Um Cowboy. But for me, he actually helped me um find a release because he started eloping. And I was the fat ass that I am now when he was younger. And he had no shoes on. I had shoes on. And he took off running barefoot. And I had to leave my 2-year-old behind because I was chasing my 5-year-old through the neighborhood. And of course, not right in front of our house, but in the street in front is like a main street. And that's where he was going. And I could not catch him. So what happened was he tripped over a tree branch, like a root. I caught him. And of course, like the adrenaline's pumping. And then it like hit me that, first of all, he ran off. Second of all, I left my 2-year-old. I just ran. And that was the start of his eloping. We locked everything. And of course, he's smart and could unlock it and stuff. For a while, I slept upstairs and my husband slept downstairs. And I didn't really sleep. But guess whose ass started learning or started running? This bitch.
Fair.
Yeah. Because he was eloping. He eloped twice at school. He almost got hit by a car. He eloped one time whenever my youngest was at baseball, at a baseball game. Fucking ass. I was watching my youngest play in the game. My oldest was playing with kiddos, and I was kind of in the middle. Something didn't go right with the other kids that he was playing with. And he fucking took off. And of course, there is a highway right over there. And I caught him because I was running. I caught him. But the eloping is a scare that I would never wish on anybody. Especially when you see your child and you cannot get him. Like
That's when you
but now
throw a
I
brick.
can't run anymore.
Well, okay. I'm going to ask a smart ass question. Feel free to tell me to fuck off. But I have
You're
a little
right.
gnome. I have a little gnome that runs around everywhere, and I want to keep control of the little Keebler. So, do child leashes work?
Well, it depends on the child.
If you put it
However,
around the neck,
however,
they
with
start
him,
running. You just give them until they get the slack almost out, and then give it a little tug. They'll learn quick.
And it'll work on Keebler elves and little angry gnomes.
Yep.
I don't know if you're talking about the angry gnome that I know,
Yes.
he probably would enjoy it.
Ah, got it.
Yeah, he would.
But no, like we actually had one, and it was a little monkey, and sometimes I could tell that he would be okay, so he would hold the monkey's tail, like it was a reward. But whenever like I felt like there
That's
was
what Chunk
something.
calls working at the Porta John Glory Hole.
I can believe that.
Old monkey's tail.
But yeah, I miss running. Running was oh my god, that the wind and just the like adrenaline and like the sad. I did 6 miles every fucking day. Now
So
I
why'd you
can't
quit?
do that anymore because I fucking pee myself, assholes.
So
That's
now
what
that
they
he's
make fucking Depends for.
now that he's older, do you have like a vocational rehab for him that he can use to get the resources, or does he still go through you and what he already knows?
Well, what we're trying to set up now is getting a job coach. We had to get because he is an adult. He had to get his own insurance. He had to go through like the state part of it. Get a plan. Like he has an ISP, not an IEP, because I guess when you're an adult, it's different. Oh, this is new. This is a whole new thing. He had to be re-diagnosed for the state. The second time for the state, by the way. When he was 13, he had to be re-diagnosed because, yeah. Again, it's the state saying that they're checking on to make sure you're not screwing them over. But yeah, he'd be re-diagnosed at 13, re-diagnosed at 18. And since October, we have been waiting. And I've had it. I was nice in all the other emails and the phone calls. And I just lost my shit Wednesday. And it worked, but it shouldn't have had to come to that.
So how common is it for a person to go through all of their childhood and not get diagnosed and then have it diagnosed later?
I don't know. Because he was nonverbal, that was a like an emergency type thing, if that's what you want to call it.
Right.
If he, like, because I have a nephew who is on the my stepsister's son. He's my step nephew. I don't know if that's what it is, but
Jedi. Was it hard to get him diagnosed, Heidi?
Not as a kiddo.
Okay. So apparently, now I'm not demeaning what you've had to do with your son, but recent experiences. It's not that hard anymore, Jedi. You can just diagnose yourself and run with it. Okay? All right, we got that out of the way.
But yeah, we submitted all the paperwork. We did everything that we were supposed to do. He was approved, and then we were just waiting for the company that does this stuff in our area. And he has a case manager who, God love her, she's taken a lot of brunt from me. But I mean, he has it now, so, and he's excited.
So are they gonna go like? Do you ever renew it? Like reevaluate him every so many number of years?
I don't.
I know that sounds dumb.
Does
but
he have to be reevaluated later on, or is this? Is he good with this?
I would assume he probably will be, because they wanted. He was he got services diagnosed at 3. Again at 13, he had to be re-diagnosed. Again at 18. So I would assume he would. I don't know.
Well, the only reason I'm asking is because Social Security has this terrible thing where even if you're like totally disabled, they sit here and every 3 to 6 years they send you the forms. Are you still disabled? Are you, do you still have the symptoms? And if they don't believe you, you have to go redo all the stuff again.
Do you know what the kicker is?
Oh shit! That means Sweet will be getting paperwork next year. Oh wait.
Go,
I
go,
mean, if
go
he
ahead,
has to
Scrappy.
reevaluate every 3 years.
Well, that's
Okay,
the
there we
kicker.
go.
My number one was never on Social Security. Oh, I don't.
All right, Jedi.
I'm not.
Uh,
Why?
how hard is it for you to reevaluate every few years? That's the question.
I get pissed off about it.
Well, we know you do. I've listened to you through the whole fucking thing with this adult evaluation shit. Believe me, people, she
Yeah.
has been very angry.
So he's never been on.
I
He's never been on SSI. How does the government like mine is blindness and a bunch of other shit? But how does
Their
the
steak and
government treat SSI?
How the
and,
fuck are
and
you
stuff like
on
that?
the internet if you're blind?
I have a 47-inch screen and I'm only 8 inches away from it. So if you see me look around, it's because I'm reading the different parts of my screen.
Listen,
Oh,
if
bless
Chum told you what 8 inches are, you're about 3.5.
At 47 inches, it all looks huge to me. So it's the only time that Chum goes from fun size to life size.
Bunny, Misfit did not get a diagnosis. He actually has an audio clip out there that says he is not autistic. He is just a word we're not going to say on here.
Thank you.
Yep.
And I have my headphones on so that I have this feature that reads the comments in a YouTube video so that I actually hear what's going on so I don't have to read them.
Oh wow. Look at you.
Accessibility, it's a great thing. What do you mean there, Bunny?
No, the accessibility tools that you can use to overcome different disabilities.
Yeah,
But
like Bunny, when she was so excited about getting her new hearing aids, I'm like, hold up, did they have the Bluetooth? Because a friend of mine, she lives down in Texas, that last year, the year before, her son is about Bunny, just like Bunny, hard of hearing, very hard of hearing. But he had to get new hearing aids. And his dad's a piece of shit. But we won't get into that. I ended up helping her pay for those new Bluetooth ones. And they're amazing. They work just like AirPods. He can listen to music and everything. And you know the AirPods have that feature that you can leave your phone sitting somewhere and be in another room. As long as the Bluetooth's still connected, you can hear what's going on.
Ooh.
He doesn't
Ooh.
like sitting in the front of the class, so he sets his phone on the teacher's desk, puts his earbuds in, and he can hear everything she's teaching throughout the class, but he doesn't hear the students around him. So his grades went from shit to amazing, and that's why I was like, with Bunny, I'm like, you make sure you got the Bluetooth.
That is cool.
Oh, technology's amazing when it comes to these aids.
hey, Inked. Leave my fucking chickens alone. I'm sitting on a gold mine.
Bunny, I don't know how to put captions on a live. I can caption your comments. I can't. I don't know how to caption a live. There's really no option.
I don't think you can do that on a live. I don't think YouTube can. I don't think.
I don't think any of the
I don't
platforms
think.
do.
I don't know.
Not on an actual live. Like the replay, you can.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So was I too all over the place? Because I know I would have been. I know I would be.
You were pretty damn good, honey. You were
Shut
pretty
up.
good.
You did
I'm
well.
not playing. You did very well.
Talking about stuff that is emotional and not breaking down, and good job.
That's because it's one of those like
it's important to you.
Well, that, but like I can focus, and it's not happening right now. Everything so far is okay.
Excuses, Louise. So, do you feel better having told your story?
Sure. I
So,
wish there
do
was
we
more
want to?
parts that I was allowed to, but I'm not. So
Yeah.
I was good.
Well, you respect his privacy and his
Absolutely.
wishes because it's not just your story; it is his.
That's right. Oh,
What? What are you talking about there? I'm very nice. I am very nice. Don't. No.
So I just want to bring up something. It just read one of Chum's comments, despite the A, and then it paused, I, and then it paused, and R.
Oh God.
And I went, it's air, right?
It,
I went, is he fucking with me now that he knows that I'm listening to the comments?
no, pops. No, no, pops.
I take it you
It's.
haven't seen the
I have been unable to access TikTok for like 3 months.
Okay,
So
well, I will.
She. This is older than 3 months because we've been dragging the shit out of it forever. She.
Yeah.
Mike, was it Mike?
Yes.
Sent her
Fucking
a
Mike.
video to blind react, and it was one of those. Hey, honey, spell EYE. What does that spell? AIR. What does that spell? She took like the entirety of a 3-minute video and still didn't get it.
I thought it was AR, like a gun.
Uh-huh.
that's AR?
Yeah. Well, no, she.
Armalite rifle?
No.
The AR gun?
AIR. Okay. Sound it out. AIR.
I got it after like a while.
People told you about yourself.
So yeah, like I do have a lot of AIR moments, and that's what they're talking about.
When can I come, Louise? When can I come? I haven't been out there in years.
Cool.
No, I thought he was fucking with me because now that
No,
he knows
he's
I'm
fucking
listening to the
with me.
comments. All right, no, I'm just checking.
No, that's what. Yeah. I have a lot of AIR moments, and I forgot my medicine this afternoon. So like that's really bad. You're leaving in
Where you
April?
going, Louise?
Crazy.
She's gonna come back over to PA and visit family, and she's gonna stop and see me.
She can stop and see me.
Jaxie, Scott, I don't have a passport. We ain't.
I don't have a passport either.
Yeah, Bunny got me too. She did.
And I have this thing where I have this thing where I don't want to leave the country because as of right now, we never know when we're not going to have a country left to come back to.
I mean,
are we doing doom and gloom news?
I would be.
Look at it. How many UFOs have they spotted in the last 2 weeks? How many?
They were Chinese balloons, though, weren't they?
Were they?
Only one of them.
Okay, but like, how many hazardous chemical spills have happened in the last 2 weeks? For God's sake! I mean, there's like
22
2 miles.
Are you
2 miles.
serious? 22.
22
in the last 2 weeks. Brandon, you don't need the passport, the vaccine to get a passport, do you?
No.
No, you only need it to go into certain countries.
Isn't Canada one of those, though?
I have no... Well, if I go to Canada, I'm never coming back. How are their prisons, by the way?
You don't want to go to Canada right now. They just passed a law that says that they can freeze your bank accounts if you have language or hate speech or you're not vaccinated, or they can freeze your accounts and not give you a reason for it.
How would they have access to your accounts if they're in America?
Not if he goes to Canada.
Yeah, but if he goes to Canada but uses the...
They freeze the GoFundMe for the trucker convoy. They froze people who went to go support them.
Can we
They
get
just-
them to freeze Paris?
I don't think. You mean the
Who do we know
person
in-
or the place?
Like Paris's GoFundMe. There's like 35 of them or something right now.
Still? I thought they were all gone.
I don't know.
That and they
Fierce
just
Ambition-
That and they just authorized that you could sit here and children can commit suicide using the medical assistance in dying. They don't have to get their
Yes.
parents' permission anymore.
I saw that. That's disgusting.
What?
Yeah, you heard him right.
First of all, they shouldn't even need their assistance anyway.
Spicy, will you quit deleting his comments?
See, like, I don't know. That's just fucked up.
Our world is doomed as it is, so...
Yeah, but was it ever really like a good time? Don't you think this
right
is...
right up until like 1998, we were good.
But okay, I have a question. This is just me. Again.
Read.
Yep. Do you know the saddest story I heard was last week? The saddest story I'd heard. This woman, she was convinced to go through the whole trans surgeries and all that stuff, and she'd never healed right, and it didn't make it didn't fix the issues that she had with her own self-image. I'm trying not to get you banned on YouTube, so I'm changing some. So
we're officially changing the banner.
So they sit here and they decided that she decided that she was going to use medical assistance in dying, and because it didn't match what she thought, and she said, "I don't regret the surgery. I don't regret going through this process. It just didn't work for me, so I've given up hope." And she committed suicide for that, and
I'm not laughing about the lady.
So sad.
That is sad.
To read the comment. In case anybody missed it, what the hell is that lady's name? Lisa, that was going after Brandon.
Right.
Part of that redneck KKK mafia. Yeah, she's got charges of assault. She beat somebody with a bag that was stuffed with a dead chihuahua.
Wait.
You heard me.
She beat somebody with a dead dog?
There you go. Yeah. Prigmore. There it is, right there.
Man, one more step. She should have got one more step. Then she could literally say she beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
But here's the thing. If you got your ass beat with a dead dog, are you honestly ever going to fucking... You're not going to tell anybody. Wait a minute. Hold up. What? What day?
Yes. I don't know. I can go find out.
Yeah, let me know because I'll stay home.
Really? Well, he's being blamed for it, so why not?
But why would you ever admit to anyone that you got your ass beat with a dead dog in a bag?
Well,
like, who fucking called the cops? This bitch just beat me with a dead chihuahua.
I mean, I wouldn't want that, but at the same time, the dog
was already dead, I hope.
I know, but like that's...
She didn't get charged with animal cruelty.
God.
How about desecrating a corpse? Look, if I can't,
that only counts with Lady Silver when Cat fucking destroys her.
Look, if I can no longer buy my dog and cat meat to make my delicious burgers, then they shouldn't be able to beat people with them.
Oh, we can't do that.
I mean, there are plenty of dead fish over here in Palestine that I could beat somebody's ass with.
Yeah, but a fish isn't cuddly.
What are you doing?
I got this new stuff that I was just trying. Sorry.
Anybody notice the big clump of black in the corner of her eye?
Listen.
Did you scare her?
Don't flip me off. People are already calling you my girlfriend.
Oh, that's... Yeah, but I'm like, what, number 18?
I was with Hell's Bells, I guess. Who else?
Temple.
Temple was my girl. Jaxie, it was my girlfriend for a minute.
I love Jaxie's voice. That's so cool.
Who else? Kat was supposed to be my girlfriend. Pribs was supposed to be my girlfriend. Pickle.
You're not Pickle's type.
I know, right? My boobs aren't big enough. Like, oh my god, the fucking list was amazingly long. You would think if I had that many women, I would be much more satisfied.
See, these cheeks are actually they're natural. Some of us were having hot flashes. It's like, It was 54 today.
Buddy, that's what started everything. Hell's Bells' grand idea to troll the hell out of FJB Bwyan by convincing him that we were engaged.
No, in turn, you had me thinking that you guys were seriously engaged. I was like, congratulations, what the fuck?
AIR.
That was before AIR.
Yeah, I know, but it was a precursor. Pops, what are you doing?
I'm looking for the date. You said find the date.
Michigan JRO. Yeah, here. There you go.
Oh. I would go see Don Jr.
Oh, you'll come over here to fucking see Trump, but you won't come over here to see me. Fuck you.
Don Jr., not Trump. I like Trump, but like not...
I'm sexier than Don Jr. I'm just a lot broker. Look at his face. He's like,
and all
what?
kinds of stuff.
So, anybody else want to jump in? Because I'm about to fucking get... I'm about to...
Yes, and I'm going to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. It's past my bedtime.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Fireball for coming on and telling her story this evening. We're going to send her off with a special tribute. Hold on to your shorts.
Grease lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile. Go grease lightning, you're coursing through the heat lap trial. You want supreme, the chicks will scream for grease lightning.
Oh, I had to. It's just been sitting in the box waiting for the right moment.
You were just like, you just had to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I could have played the video of him talking about how much he likes 16-year-old girls with makeup on, but, you know.
You could play the what?
The video of him admitting how much he likes 16-year-old girls when they're wearing makeup.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. If I don't have to hear him, I'm cool. Even though I was very nice when I accidentally went into his fucking live yesterday. Oh my god.
Good night, Louise.
Peace out. I like to say that too.
It's like 7 p.m. where you are. Why are you going to bed? She's got to walk back off the sand dune, so she's going to lose service.
No, I was up at 4. I'm tired.
I was up at 2:30 a.m.
How much caffeine have you had?
35 of these.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a heart attack. That shit's not good.
You got to have one of those to have an attack.
True.
I've had 4 red lines today too.
What are red lines? Are you snorting?
No. Concentrated monsters, essentially.
670 milligrams of caffeine in 2 ounces of liquid.
Doesn't your heart, like, don't you feel that, like, beating fast?
Nope.
I feel my heart beating.
Have you never paid attention to the picture of my caffeine intake before 8 a.m. that I send in the fucking group chat?
I don't do group chats.
Yeah. She's in our group chat.
To me, you're pointing to, like...
Okay. You know what? Fine.
Yep.
This one right here is in our group chat. Her right there. You see her?
I'm not in a group chat with Scrappy, so I'm innocent.
He's in a different group chat.
I don't care.
Are you in that group chat?
I am not.
No.
I need glasses that I can see up close. Because I think I'm getting, like... Ew,
Old?
See? That's why I don't wear my glasses, because... Well, yeah, but... Because I can't stand, like, that reflection shit.
My glasses are neat as hell.
I don't know. Why are you wearing a Christmas shirt?
Who?
Joe.
Put those glasses on. Look a little closer.
Well, they don't help me see close. They're my faraway glasses. Plus,
it's the Nightmare Before Christmas, but there's a guy up there with an RPG.
Oh.
See, these are my glasses, and these are amazing. So, I just got to plug them in, and I can turn this computer screen into a 201-inch theater.
Pops needs those.
Oh, yeah, he does. They are in real augmented reality glasses. And
I'll write it down.
It's the letter N, real. But they connect to your phone. They connect to tablets. They connect to a computer. And they've got speakers in the arms of the glasses. And I'll tell you what, Brandon and I both have the Bluetooth, like Ray-Bans, Oakleys. You know what I'm talking about? No. Brandon, I'll tell you right now, these InReals, the speakers that are in these damn things, blow those fucking Bluetooth sunglasses away. Blow it away.
But can other people hear your stuff?
Yeah, that's why they come with little clip-on. You put earbuds on the side, and it goes down into your ear. No, I don't use them for porn. That's why I got a bigger iPhone.
Ew. I know what porn you're looking at. You know what I'm thinking too.
Why do I gotta look at porn when it's on its way to my house? It should be here in a couple hours.
That's not what I meant. You know.
Oh, Chum, you should get these glasses. You really should, because if you turn the camera on your phone, you'll actually look like you're taller.
And he can read fruitcake versus actually get it.
All right.
You know what? Fuck you, Chum. Fuck you.
Chum knew exactly
I don't.
what
I don't have.
We
I
all
don't like,
knew. We just didn't want to say it.
I don't like. I don't like dirty yellow banana hammocks or pink lacy women's underwear on men.
They're called mantees.
Yeah. No, they're called his girlfriend's underwear, and he was fucking swimming in them. Oh boy, are we having fun yet? Does anybody else want to jump in a box? We can put 10 people in here.
I think
Hey,
you
did
got to
you-
throw the link into the chat.
Did you know that like 9 people can be in a box on TikTok now?
9 people?
Mhm.
Dear Lord, they never talk with just 4 people or 6 people. I don't know why 9 people is a good idea.
I don't
Did
know.
you know 5 people can be in a box in a white van by the lake in Texas?
I don't get that.
Just ask Red Pill Rage. She had 5 people in that box.
Well then. Yes. Oh, it's getting late.
What is that? No. Ah. Don't say that word, cowboy. You're going to get in trouble.
Leftist tears, you can get in a box.
Yeah, click on the thing.
Ew.
He put the chat in there.
I put the link in there. Go ahead, click on it, jump on in.
Oh, you mean the street?
All right, guys. My husband has to go to bed because he gets up early.
You know, Chum, at least the people in the tool shed completely fucking own the tool shed.
Did you know it didn't really happen in the tool shed?
No, Kayla. I believe her sister is, right, Britt?
Yes, Britt's sister.
Oh, look who decided to join the show. Oh, my God.
It's Grandpa!
Did you see the screen name?
No.
Hey, Joe, can you read it?
Hang on. There you go. So, Fireball, you gonna go to bed?
I am.
All right. Well, you have a good night. I am glad you joined us. I'm glad you talked about your experiences. And as usual, let us know if anybody has anything to fucking say.
What?
Oh, Chum got called out.
Your titty.
Wait, where? What?
Oh, I gotta check this out.
There you go.
I love when Ink's in here too.
Chum's a grandpa too.
Did his pussy have babies?
Brandon, why are you all choppy?
Do what?
He's got wind up dollar store internet.
Jaxie, you better turn that camera on.
Fuck off.
Hi, Jaxie!
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Yes, we can.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
I could go to sleep to your voice.
Scrappy, I've spoken to you before on Instagram.
I know. I played your message a couple times.
Hang on. Jaxie.
What?
Would you be so kind as to do your American accent?
Hi there. My name's Jackie. How y'all doing? I'm coming down from them there hills. I'm going to play a song for you all. Ma'am? You all are very cute in the chat now. Ma'am?
Oh my
Oh,
God!
Chum.
Shades of Carol Burnett.
Shades of Shane Browning.
Oh, fuck off.
I hope that was directed at you.
Brandon's fucking dying.
You can keep your salty ash and stick it where the fucking sun don't shine. Don't get me
Spicy, you
banned.
better turn that camera on.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Spicy.
Oh, hold on. Let me get dressed because I'm in bed. Hold on.
Okay.
We don't want to see no tatas or roast
Who's that?
beef.
Oh, no, never mind.
What?
Oh my.
Say it,
Jaxie, it's like 3 a.m. where you're at, isn't it?
Stop giving my location away. They might try and find me. They'll dox me.
I love her accent.
Oh, no. You haven't ran around in the comment section saying, Scotland, 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 all fucking night.
I'm not Scottish. I'm American. I'm from Cincinnati.
Oh, where's Elmo when you need him?
Who?
Oh my God, yes. That is a line I will never ever forget.
Oh,
Brandon.
me either. That was
Brandon.
fucking great.
We all got banned.
La 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 la. Elmo's world.
No, I can't do a good Scottish accent. I've lived in the South way too long.
Right.
Brandon,
Yeah,
do you not have Wi-Fi?
I have Wi-Fi. Why?
Hi, Savannah. How are you?
Who is Savannah?
Could you guys see me?
Yes, we can
Not
see
our,
you.
not our Savannah. Not our Savannah.
How come I can't see myself? What the fuck?
Is that
There we
better?
go.
I thought it was fine earlier.
You guys see my
So,
name?
No.
This is my This is my podcast, our podcast. So I can say whatever the fuck I want.
This is fuck off,
Savannah
Spicy.
is Heather's ex's wife, side piece. I don't fucking know. She's a real treat.
Fuck
Wait a
off,
minute.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that! Welcome to the show, leftist.
Hi, left here.
Hey,
How's everybody doing?
Where did
Not too
Jaxie
bad.
go?
Yeah, where did Jaxie go?
She's still in here. Hey, Scotty, say something.
She did this. Ninja vanish.
Who's Scotty?
I love her accent.
See, she's still here.
now
Are
she
you on
sings
TikTok,
and she's
Leftist?
over 40. She's gonna have a visitor. There you go.
Wait a minute, what?
Nothing. I love a Scottish accent.
No way, Caleb. Are you fucking serious?
What?
Damn it, I thought my oldest was old.
Fuck, my son's 21. I'm not a grandfather yet. Thank you, Jesus. Knock on wood.
Brother, I had a scare last year where my daughter called me up. She's 22, be 23 next month, and told me she thought she was pregnant. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm really going to be a grandpa right now.
Oh,
You have a
I don't-
22-year-old?
I have a 24-year-old.
my son will
oldest
be
is
22
33.
this year.
My oldest is 33.
I medicate a lot, so I look young.
It's the lack of caring.
See,
That
I
must-
was a very, like unsafe teenager.
were a
So my
man-whore?
son was born on my 19th birthday.
Daughter was 3 days before my 18th.
Yeah, see, it just there's just something about not pulling out. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you could still, like...
You know what?
out
You
it.
know what my dad told me one time? He said, I'm the reason why pull it doesn't work.
Hi, Kathy. You're the reason why what?
Pull-out doesn't work.
So is my oldest.
Spicy, at no point in that statement does it make any fucking sense.
Yes, it does because.
Yes, it does. You got to think about it. It's an air moment, Joe.
I fucking got it.
I don't. No, you're proof that pulling out doesn't work. You're not a reason why pulling out doesn't work.
You can still you can still get pregnant even if you pulled out.
Not if you pain your chest.
What she said.
It's called early.
Exactly.
Normally, I would say that even pulling out, or the back door is the safest option. But then we have people like Swede, Adam, FJB Brian. The list goes on and on. They have to have all been anal conceptions.
Joe, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure everybody here is old enough to remember Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like the best part of you ran down your mama's ass crack and ended up as a brown stain in the mattress. Describes all three of those people you just mentioned.
Plus
so I take it you are on TikTok?
Yeah, I am. I don't know for how much longer. They keep fucking zapping my accounts, but
I'm on account 40, so as long as you stick it with it, you'll be all right.
I'm on account 10. I'm on account. I keep winning them back. Knock on wood.
That's my boy. You need food.
John, my mom got really drunk and high at a CCR concert, and it had nothing to do with pulling out.
Fucking show.
My mom was a fucking roadie. She followed Aerosmith around forever.
All right. I am going to bed. Have a good night, everybody.
We've heard that like
wow. Since you decided the show.
I know. I know, but I'm tired.
All right.
So,
Well, it's great
you want to
actually.
screenshot all this?
Got it.
Got it. Who's the mods?
I got it.
There we go. So you guys see that comment right there?
She's violating an order.
Yep. I screenshotted it.
She may not have gotten it yet, but yeah, that one decided that it was a really great idea to harass my ex-wife and then use text now numbers to try and text or send messages and sign up for other shit. And then Shane Browning decided that it would be a good idea to try and do the same. And then we have three other creators who thought it would be a really good idea to try and contact my 17-year-old daughter and harass her as well. And those three my ex-wife is going to handle because it has continued.
Oh my god. That's fucked up.
Yeah, we
That's
we
fucked
know
up.
two of them very prominently. They've already been served with papers, so.
But yeah, they still can't get your name out of their mouths. Nope.
Yep. You see, and that's the thing. A cease and desist order doesn't mean that they have to stop talking about me and stop harassing me. What it means is, now that they have violated that cease and desist order, and I have tangible proof of the violation of the cease and desist order, I can walk into any fucking police station and press charges just like that. And it just so happens that the judge already has all their fucking names. And he's just sitting on go for injunctions. So I hope you enjoy that.
Hey, Joe. Do you want me to get rid of her?
Oh, you can kick her fat ugly ass out. I don't give a shit.
Oh, shit. I can't. I'm in the box.
No, mod me. I can do it.
I can do it right now. She's already gone.
All right, all. Thank you for having me.
I love your face, crap.
Yours too.
Nice meeting you,
Bye.
Scrap.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you.
So where's the garden gnome? Why the fuck is he not in here?
He's been stuck up.
Yeah, he's a little whiny bitch.
Hold on. Hold on. Oh, my chair is already the lowest it can be.
Were you
There
trying
we
to
go.
get down to his level, Odin?
Yes, hold on. Ready?
So this is
Too
what I
bad Luis. It's too bad Luis wasn't in here to see what just happened because she's the one that wrote up the letters for me.
Don't worry, I had it screenshot. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, chum, I'm amazed it took them that long. I really am. They didn't want to act, show their skin when Heidi was in here talking about, her kid and everything. So they waited until we stacked the deck with, friends just bullshitting to come in and start their shit.
Yeah, but that's cool. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
You guys, I'm going to bed. I had to wake up early in the morning. So love you guys.
Stacey, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a good night.
How the fuck do I get out? Oh, leave.
Yeah. Anybody else want to jump in? Chum? But you got to have clothes on, chum.
Stop washing your cast iron with soap and get in here.
You know what? Nate Petrosky says that it's perfectly fine, so.
Oh, God. He needs to be shot. I mean.
Well, he's one of the biggest homesteading accounts on TikTok. Homeboy, fuck. He's got one hell of a spread, one hell of a setup.
That's the one with the long beard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, he does have specifics. Like,
yeah.
He sits here and you can use it once it has a solid seasoning because the soap, and it's really quick. Right? It's not like he puts half of the bottle and then lets it rust.
He even puts his through electrolysis. What did he say? Like twice a year or something like that?
Something like that.
Anytime he starts to get any little buildup of rust on his shit, he's got a solar powered electrolysis system. It's fucking amazing. That little Jackery solar box, they're insanely expensive. But the panels he has and that little box powers his RV, fucking everything on his damn property. It's nuts. What'd you say, Tom? They stalk like cucks. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Why does this StreamYard not have an option to see exactly how many people are watching?
It should up at the top. Up at the top corner, it'll say live. It'll say the time, and then it should have a number after that.
Yeah, I don't see the number. I just see the live.
I need to send you an invite so I could show you how I run mine. How you can put videos and pictures and all that stuff from StreamYard itself.
Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
No.
I'll show you. Chum is leaving. Don't leave.
Chum, where the fuck are you going? Get your garden gnome ass back here.
I can't see the comments.
Gotta hit on the chat and then go over to comments.
Okay, I'll try that then, ma'am.
It covers the screen, but yeah.
God damn it, Jaxie.
What? Y'all? I'm trying really hard.
What can I get, chum? I'll take it any way I can get it. I didn't take you up on your offer. Told you your cheeks were too hairy.
Ew.
Patriot Penny Lou, hello, how are you? Or Lenny Lou, I'm sorry.
So is it taboo to talk about that fucking bullshit last night?
this bullshit,
Grease lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile.
that fucking idiot.
Yeah, that idiot's the one that was streaming it, or that was hosting.
Let's see how they all fucking ganged up on Kat, even though she was the only one making apologies for shit that has happened. Not a single one of them owned a damn thing that they have done. Yeah.
I'm going to say this right now, and I might catch some heat for it, but that was dumb of Kat. She owned her end of things without even explaining why she had to retaliate the way that she did. And now,
I agree.
what the TikTok universe sees is that she was guilty of something, while FJB and all of his little bitch boy friends didn't admit a single thing.
Nope.
So, sorry if you're watching Kat, I love you, but that was bad.
And Ashley, the trash dumpster fire bitch from Canada, sitting there saying that she doxed Kat and I because I doxed her or some shit. I can't even keep track. And that is for me not to be able to keep track of shit. I know you're new here, but holy fuck.
I'm probably not as new as you think. I just kind of sat in the background for quite a while. I've been following you for a little bit. Yeah, no, I agree though. Like, I heard so many fucking. Yeah, no, I agree though. I have no idea.
Who's got the reverb? Who's got the echo?
Me?
Who's he pointing at?
I'm pointing at leftist.
How am I reverbing myself?
It only comes through when you're talking.
It's not me, is it?
Oh no, it's good now. It was when you were jumping. Your signal was coming across jumpy.
Oh.
But yeah, I separated myself completely from the Bam Fam side of things after that shit. Like,
you know what? My blood was absolutely fucking boiling last night. I know that Bam Fam went to bat for me hard during all this bullshit that they've been trying to pull on me. And I am forever grateful for the things that they've done, the things that they've said. But if you're going to sit at my enemy's table and break bread with them, do not expect to walk through my door with a smile on your face. Those people illegally obtained records that were sealed. Those people have still tried to manipulate records and, copy, paste, do whatever. They're trying to show that an ARD for a different charge is some kind of proof that I did this bullshit. No, the ARD was for an entirely different charge, and that's what Pennsylvania does. If you owe any kind of fine, they give you ARD. Now, there are different stages of ARD. If you break a law, while you're drunk, you get on ARD until your fine is paid off, and you have to go to Alcohol Anonymous classes. If you have a drug-related offense and you get fines and whatnot, and jail time is set aside, you're on ARD and you have to go to drug rehab counseling. It's like that for every charge in Pennsylvania. And there was no ARD for the charges that they're trying to drag me across the planet with. There was no plea bargain. There was no anything.
Well, a plea bargain would still result in a guilty conviction. A plea agreement is saying, I'll agree that I did these charges if you drop these charges, or if you agree to give me less sentencing for these charges.
Yeah, you agree.
So it's still a guilty. Like, you don't get a record expunged and the case just magically disappear with a plea agreement. It doesn't work like that.
Yep. They were kind enough to put the actual, verdicts up for me. in case anybody missed that.
I didn't.
You know, and I had the paperwork filled out to send to the state police to request copies of that because they're the only ones that can get it. You know, police and federal agents. They're the only ones that can access that record. And it kind of strikes me as funny that, you know, I heard through the grapevine that the last time my record was accessed was in the state of Ohio. I wonder who could have done that.
Did you brush your teeth?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Uh-oh, meltdown.
But they're trying to run with this bullshit. And for that live last night, it didn't matter. It didn't matter what was being talked about. It didn't matter anything. It all came back to, but Joe this, but Joe that, but Joe this, but Joe that. And it's like that every time. And you can't have an argument with people without dragging me into it. Your argument's already invalidated. So, but that live last night with people sitting there saying, and people that have had my back for, 2 weeks over this bullshit, people that have actually defended me, to sit there and say, I'm not friends with Joe.
That
just
shit
because
pissed
just
me
because
off.
we follow each other doesn't mean we're friends. I don't agree with the doxing. Meanwhile, somebody's in my DMs giving me all kinds of information.
Yeah, I thought that was bullshit, and I thought Swede trying to pretend like he wasn't friends was bullshit. Swede with fucking Army Sam.
I see Swede shit whether I want to or not. And he's always in her comment sections. And she's in his comment sections. They may not follow each other, but my God, they lick each other's buttholes.
Well, they tag each other in all kinds of shit too. I don't tag
Oh, yeah.
anybody that's not a friend or somebody I'm actually clapping back at. So, yeah. I don't know. That whole thing was fucking bullshit. That's the whole reason why I joined in here tonight, was to kind of hear what's going on with that, because that had me fucking living.
Did you hear him about the hell you caught?
Honestly, I was...
No, not yet.
I was insanely fucking pissed off last night, if my videos weren't any indication. And for Joey Bag of Donuts, if somebody's recording and somebody's watching, I'll happily... Where'd he go?
Give him my son hugs and kisses, sorry.
Oh, that's alright. I will happily... I still have the conversation with Misfit Danny. I'll happily show you where she wanted to dox you. She wanted to find you. And I did not play along. I changed the subject real quick. One, because you helped me when I got a hold of you to make sure that Mel didn't hurt herself back then at the beginning of summer. And two, because you're a police officer and that shit don't fly at all. You don't put an officer's life in danger over any petty bullshit on the internet. What in the fuck are you doing, Pops?
Playing with the background.
You have a green screen?
Yes. You want to see it?
You should try ironing it.
Hey, leave the blind guy alone. It's the lighting. See, if I change the lighting.
It's not the lighting. Turn the green screen off. It's the wrinkles.
See, if I'm out of the way, it works just fine. As soon as my head gets in the way, it blocks the light.
Yeah, here.
Is that Oda?
Yeah. Is it your first time seeing Oda?
Yeah. Christy, it really is sad. And, you know, everybody is so hung up on Mel. Mel's bill this, Mel's bill that, Mel did this because of this, etc. Why was absolutely none of these people so up in arms when my friend Lisa did it? Why did, you know, Tex and I tried to bring it to the app and point out how bullied she was. They stalked and harassed her. Her own videos explain exactly who was stalking her and harassing her. And don't worry, Rebecca. Don't worry, Skin Suit. We still have those videos. You may have, like, I don't know what fucking planet you live on, but you seem to have forgotten that Lisa named you. But Tex and I got dragged because we tried to point out that these people did this to Lisa, and not a whole lot of people got up in arms over that shit. So how about instead of that, you know, we go ahead and rename this Mel's Bill shit to the Mel and Lisa bill. Because at no point should anybody ever have to feel that way. And I've been told by a few people that that's their end game with me. And, you know, when you think about what Sam said about Kat, I honestly believe it, that they want to try and push me into that. You got a better chance of seeing Jesus, but anyway.
You know, there's people in this world that I really dislike, but I would never wish for somebody to just off themselves. And I've been wronged in my life fiercely. I can't understand the mentality of that, you know, that a goal is to get somebody to unalive themselves. Like, fuck out of here. You're not even a human anymore.
Well, you know, there's a couple of people on this app, well, on TikTok, that have, in the past, admittedly made it their goal to push people into this. The same way Sam has admitted, God damn it, I can't. Anyway, the same way someone else has admitted that it was their goal to make Kat or one of her friends do the same thing that her friend did. There are two ladies on the app that have done it in the past. Pops, what was that guy's name? They got arrested for the January 6th shit.
Josh Pruitt. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be Amanda and Mandy Lynn. Yeah, they made it their goal to try and make Josh Pruitt, you know, end his life. You know, and at one point they wanted to harass, you know, their biggest supporter into much the same thing. And part of me wonders, you know, mine and Swede's little back and forth that's been going on for a while now. Part of me wonders if they're not just, you know, giddy little schoolgirls because we keep fighting with him and his mental health just keeps going down and down and down. Because they did drag the shit out of Swede for what, 3 months? Pops?
Yep.
They drug the shit out of him for 3 months, but you know, he's their best friend now.
Yeah, they're using him.
No, they started out as friends, but then he would sit here they started out as friends against Josh Pruitt. And then it was, he would say something, or they would come and they would tell us, you know, Swede has gone too far. You know, he's being manipulative, and then somebody would go clap him, and then somebody else would, or they would make up, and then it was like, okay, can you guys stop picking on Swede? Fine, whatever. We didn't care enough, right? And then 2 months would go by, and yeah, I can't believe he's doing this again, and I have to leave the app, and I'm just stressed. And all right, fine. And then, oh no, we're friends again. It's just,
Yep. And they wanted me to drag Fireball. Amanda did when they had their little falling out. Because Fireball didn't agree with something that they had done, or I can't remember, because she unfollowed her. And Amy the American and I were good friends, and at the time we were good friends. I was still going as Joe Burnett on the app, and Amanda flipped the absolute fuck out on me because I wasn't on TikTok and I wasn't paying attention, and she was getting drugged and this and that and the other, and I needed to go after this girl. And she sent me Fireball's page, and I'm like, why? What did she do? And she couldn't give me a legitimate answer.
Right, and then mysteriously the scrappy Fireball with 3 L's decided to go after veterans. And all of a sudden it was the evil Scrappy.
Honestly, that scrappy Fireball with 3 L's had 3 different IP addresses attached to it. 2 of them led to, what was it, Morrisville or whatever the hell, New York, an iPad and an iPhone. One of them traced to Fort Worth, Texas. So, I know a certain someone that lives in Fort Worth, Texas area who had a major issue with Scrappy Fireball at the time that account was coming around.
Yep. I think we all figured out who it was.
Yeah.
Right? Behind the account.
We know who it was. Yeah.
It was me.
It was Colonel Mustard with the lead pipe.
In the parlor.
Oh, Christy, I am so glad that second comment came in, because I was like, what the hell?
Oh.
Boom. Second comment. There we go. Clarification is great. Jaxie, are you still around?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I don't know. I figured you might have fell asleep.
I was letting the main speak.
Oh, we're not like that. My name's not Adam.
It's
You
funny
can jump
because
in
it's
anytime
true.
you want.
Well, I wanted to clarify about the dumpster sister. It was Drew and Morticia doxed her and her kids. It had nothing to do with you or Foot Junkie. I know all that story because I was speaking to her and I actually saw everything on Drew's page. It was all over TikTok on Drew, Creamy Ice Cream Bar and Chaotic Justice's page. It had nothing to do with you or Foot Junkie. But why she isn't naming Drew, Skinsuit or Troll, Morticia, and there was a couple of other people as well. The evidence is all there. It's still all on pages. Nothing to do with you. So she's a liar. And I'll call her out for it every time.
Well, we don't want to let the truth get in the way.
Yeah.
She can bring it to my door anytime.
No, she can't. I don't think she can swim that far.
Yeah. She can come onto my page, and I'll go into her page. She opens that fucking account.
Jaxie didn't get the joke.
Jaxie doesn't find her very funny. No when she's dragging and lying about people.
Yeah, they like to do that a lot. They can't find
False
legitimate reasons
accusations.
They
Because
can't
last
find
night-
legitimate reasons.
What I heard last night was deplorable. She's despicable. A despicable person. And I won't stand for it. Not when I know the truth.
I mean, she admits it at least. It's in her fucking screen name.
No, she says she's a nice person. She likes herself. Well, I don't fucking like her.
Jaxie's gonna get fired up. She ain't gonna sleep until tomorrow.
What are you
I
talking
don't like
about? She's in
liars,
the
Joe.
future. It is tomorrow for her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like
Yeah, it
people
is.
that lie.
I know, Jackie. I know. I think I know better than most people in this room. When
Here's
she
the
gets
thing: we're
fired
all
up,
equal pieces of shit. There's good
yeah,
reasons to hate every single person. Why do you have to make
yep.
shit up?
I'll
Here's
be
what
right
Drew.
back. You guys chat.
Here's what Drew said about her: that she trafficked her children. That she was an escort in Canada. Her name was Dakota. That's well known. And but she trafficked her children, accused them of underage. It was to do with prostitution. It was all on Drew's page, multiple posts, where she lived, her full name, doxed the whole lot, everything about her, absolutely everything. But she sat in that live last night while Drew was in the comments, troll was in the comments, and she never put anything on him at all. And I was in the comments as well saying it, and she never said anything. She mentioned Joe and Foot Junkie, and I want to know why.
Well, I think the correct answer is for those that who are willing to open their minds to the truth, facts will change their minds. But for those who truly hate, no amount of truth will ever open their eyes. They hate so much that they will refuse to accept reality for what it actually is, simply because they need the hate to survive.
Their
No,
brains
she's
are
getting.
too fragile. If they know if they have to accept that everything they believed was a lie, that means that they fell for a lie, and they're too fragile to accept the fact that that could be a possibility.
No, Dumpster Sister's got an agenda. She hates Kat. She
Yep.
hates Joe. So she was not willing to point a finger at Drew, who was in the comments, because she's got an agenda. She's in everybody's DMs because I was in her DMs and she was in my DMs and Instagram, and I've got them all, and voicemails.
Yep. They need that
and
hate.
screenshots.
They hate so much that they don't know what to do with themselves.
Because what people don't know about me is I've been here since 2020. I was in Misfit Patriots Discord to be doxxed.
Oof.
I was dragged arse over elbow for Brian Carlson because I was protecting his victims. So people think I just landed from nowhere, but I've been here a long time.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't even know all the bullshit with Brian Carlson until last night, and people filled me in on him. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert there.
Yeah, well, I'm your expert.
Yeah. Although
I get
this March
doxxed,
motherfucker,
I get hacked, I get harassed. I had 14 videos up on me at one time. I'm still on Brian Carlson's Instagram. You can go and look and see some of the videos. I was accused of swatting somebody, false welfare checks, having somebody's doxing a safe house, a domestic violence survivor safe house. All bullshit. I'm a psychiatric nurse. I take people to safe houses.
That's
Work
bullshit.
that shit out. That was the jacket that was put on me.
Yep, that is what they do. They will take what they think they can find out about you, and then they'll twist it.
Yeah,
For
of course they do.
example, in 2021, in August of 2021, I was accused of being an international human trafficker and pedophile. Now, what they knew about me was a story that I had told to very few people in private, that I was a victim of child sex trafficking. And they turned that story around and accused me of it. That is what they do.
Yeah. Those kinds of people take up oxygen. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Well, what I'd like to point out as well, what we noticed was when Brandon Walker when he pointed out to Lisa Prigmore that about the bad check, well, all of a sudden, Lisa Prigmore put on her page that two disgusting videos about Brandon. It turned out, look at the rap sheet that Lisa Prigmore had and exactly what she was all about. Never minding that she assaulted somebody with a dead dog that was wrapped in a Walmart bag. She's got everything against her. So there's
And
all these
bad checks out
predators.
the wazoo.
She's got all All these predators are actually hiding in plain sight, and they need stopped. Brian Carlson is a prime example, and he's friends with Misfit Patriot and Merch. They're as tight as fuck, and they're all together.
And last night, multiple groups or cliques came together to hate Joe and to hate certain people. Right?
Absolutely.
They didn't even take any responsibility for anything that they did. It was Joe is worse than us. We didn't do anything wrong. They didn't want to make peace. They wanted to absolve themselves of whatever they think that they're guilty of, and then pin it on Joe and certain other people.
Do you know that I was the only person? I was the only person that didn't get muted. Everybody else get booted. I didn't, because they want to know what I know. Because I've been around for a very long time.
I sat quietly. I didn't even say anything because I didn't want to get booted. I wanted to see where that shit was going. And eventually got so pissed I just left.
I do find it strange that they decided to have the whole peace talks the day of the rally that they had for the 14-year-old who committed suicide from drama. They had flashbacks of Mel and tried to wipe their hands clean of everything that they think that they've done wrong to absolve themselves so that they can be the moral, virtuous, sanctimonious motherfuckers that we all know that they are.
But in the same live, a little further, if we fast forward past, the point where our cat got drugged, where Joey and One American Patriot got out of there. If we fast forward past that, which we have video and screenshots, and Brian losing his shit. Brian lost his shit. It was like watching, an angry goldfish run into a wall repeatedly. They openly admitted that they'll never stop. They will never stop. So their whole entire life about squashing the bullshit, about changing the narrative, about stopping it all.
Sam Rankin admitted that.
They themselves, Merch, everybody in the comment sections.
Yep.
President-elect Sid. I'm sorry. Skeletor. All of them. Their
UV bastard.
Yeah, fuck that goddamn twat.
Yep. He was actually in his scrubs and his work as a nurse, a mental health nurse, being sexually inappropriate towards a black woman, a black 18-year-old from Guyana, who followed him and FGV Brian. And I'm taking that further. Fuck him and his job.
Oh, well, you don't get to sit on a pedestal and scream mental health and act like that. It doesn't fucking work.
These people think they're untouchable. They're not.
They think I'm invincible for some reason.
I'm going to tell you something else. I was a mutual of Lisa Marie Waddle, who killed herself because she was bullied on TikTok. It may not be that that's the reason she killed herself, but she's still dead. And she was my mutual. And I let her down because I was too busy being dragged all over the fucking internet by Brian Carlson, Misfit Patriot, and everybody else for a lie. And I owe Lisa Marie, who was a nurse from Canada, and I'm never stopping. I was hacked by a very dangerous man. And you can all have my back or not. I don't really care. But Joe was trying to protect Lisa Marie as well. And Joe's had my back all this time. I don't really care whether you protect me or not. I don't need any of you. But I owe Lisa Marie, and I am never stopping. My daughter's had 2 kidney transplants. My daughter heard that death threat I got from this dangerous man who hacked me. And he was an American man. I didn't deserve any of this. Nobody does. It's TikTok. Everybody thinks doxing is just giving out your names and addresses. It's not. It's more than that. And they will never stop. And that's what they said last night. They are never stopping.
Well, to expound upon their comments of never stopping, they spent their day today trying to contact my ex-wife again. You know, they really, and I hope, you know, one or two of you idiots are in here watching or recording or whatever. You watch it later. My ex-wife is one of my very good friends. And she will rip your dick off and feed it to you. Yeah, like, she's crazy. You have to be a certain level of crazy to put up with my ass for 21 years.
Fact.
So.
21 years, Jesus, man. How old are you?
I met 40. I met her when I was 16.
Damn, you were with her almost as long as I've been with my wife. I'm 40 also.
Don't ever stop showing her that every day's a new adventure, or you won't make it much further.
But on a more positive note, can I just say to everybody that the people that I've met on TikTok, everybody's been really sweet and nice to me. I have to say that. You've all been wonderful.
I haven't. What the fuck are you talking about?
So the secret is that Joe will take us all aside and say, these are the ones you can fuck with, and these are the ones you're supposed to be nice to. You've seen the pictures, right? Where we're all tied. Everybody think that's a joke. That's fucking real.
That was shut up. That was my idea.
It was her idea. I swear to God. Oh, they're mocking SA and DV victims. No, you dumb sons of bitches. We're mocking Misfit Patriot, saying that I have all your skeletons. I know where all your skeletons are hidden.
Dirt on them. Yeah. He's the one that dirt on everybody. Right. He's the one that's got the hard drive full of the naked pictures. He's the monster that's living in plain sight, that's desperate to get back on TikTok.
Yep. I mean,
he thinks we're all fucking idiots.
He's so fucking desperate that, you know, I don't say his damn name for months. I barely ever even really went after his dumbass, and he made it his mission to fucking destroy me. Like,
he blocked me. He likes me that much that he was snooping my profile last week. So I put his page on my own page. That's how desperate he is to come back on TikTok. That he's actually got 2 pages.
You know, everybody with the phone numbers, and Joe did this. Joe put my house on the internet, and Joe put my phone number on the internet. You know, Amanda gave Misfit my phone number in retaliation.
Yep.
And Misfit put it on his page.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody just glosses over that shit. But you know what I did in retaliation? When Misfit's little cronies, and I got a shitload of phone calls that night. My voicemail went, "Hi, you've reached Doom Enterprises. To reach Misfit Patriot, please dial to reach Brian, or was it Brian Carl? No. To reach Andrew Lacombe, please dial to reach Tanya Toulos, please dial to reach Paris Marie Eaton, please dial I went through the list. My voicemail was pretty decently pissed them off. The phone call stopped like the next morning. They came to a dead stop. But, you know, I took it a step further because Misfit wanted to put my number up again. So I had 100 stickers printed out with his coked out face, his coke eyeballs that he throws up all the time. The sticker said, "Best blowjobs in San Antonio, only Tree Fitty, please dial." And I put them in every men's room at every truck stop I stopped at, from Arkansas all the way to New York. Enjoy.
All right. Well, I love y'all, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right.
Out here myself. Thanks for letting me in here, though.
Yep. Hey, thanks for coming in. We're gonna shut it down. I got cold pizza I need to eat.
Well, I hope all the screen recorders got everything that I said, because that's the truth. Everything I've told you is the truth. The dumpster fire,
if you're screen recording, I hope if you're coming back and downloading it, that, you know, you get past the fact that your uncle played with your brown eye. You really need to get over that. Especially you, Tears Vengeance. You know, Boo Boo, don't worry. I'm sure someday you'll forget all about it. But, alright guys, have a good night, and we will see you again. The next podcast, I believe we're going to talk about hearing disabilities. So we're going to have DJ C Bunny up on here and maybe a few others. And that's what we're going to do from now on. We're going to counter their bullshit. They wanted to drag Fireball because she is a mother of an autistic child. They wanted to mock her and degrade her, so I let her come on and tell her story. They want to degrade DJ Bunny and they want to mock her. I mean, we have conservative cosmetics over here saying that she's not even actually deaf, that she just does it for attention. That's some ignorant bitch shit, Miss Piggy. You should knock that off.
If anybody wants to go into conservative cosmetics, I know her as well. She was dragged by Aunt Karen because she made a video saying that people with mental health issues shouldn't be on social media, and especially if they've got children. So if anybody wants to go into, just type in the name Aunt Karen and conservative cosmetics, you'll see that video. She got dragged and she went private for 3 months because of it. She's also did it to 3 other creators and they've all called her out for it. She's got a problem with people with mental health issues. I'm a mental health nurse. I don't work now because I've got cluster headaches. But that's what she does. She's against mental health.
Yeah, when she's a basket case herself.
Yeah.
But, all right, Jaxie, Caleb, Kathy, you guys have a good night. Spicy. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
Night all. Night, y'all.
Good night.
Love you, ma'am, sir. Cowboy.
Good night, Jaxie.